So it's day 4. Let's see what we've got today. Oh, Purple Top Willett from Andy H. Let's go. So you guys know the drill by now. We're going to get into this pretty quickly, but honestly, one of the things I want to make sure I pause and do every day is just share something to make it a little personal for me, and hopefully you guys can appreciate this too, because as I've said all along, part of this journey is about the memories that you make when you share a pour. And this particular pour, I believe Andy and I shared when I went up to visit him at his home in New Jersey when we were going to do a pizza crawl earlier this year in 2022. I've known Andy for, a few years, 5 or 6 years, and mostly through craft beer when he lived down here in Florida. And so great memories there. And this was an exceptional pour as I recall it. I can't wait to get into it here and having a second crack at it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Once again, look, this thing did it again. Come on, y'all. Boston Round manufacturers, figure it out. Figure it out. I know it's because they have to be able to have cleanliness and stuff. I get it. But at any rate, let's not let that take away from our fun here. Here we go. So a little bit about this particular Purple Top, because we want to make sure you get the information. This is a 7-year, as I said before. It's barrel 5140, which is believed to be a high rye mash bill, and it's coming in at 134.8 proof. So we got a little proof to this one. And if I recall correctly, if this is the same one that I had with him previously, it doesn't drink that real hot. But let's get in the nose first. That's so beautiful. Just a little bit of cherry in there. Maybe even leaning over towards a little other red fruit, like a little strawberry, which is weird. Usually I don't get that off Willett, but yeah, who knows? Just that beautiful oak profile that you find with a lot of the Willett products that you do get, especially as you get up in the age. This is about the sweet spot for me on these Purple Tops, though I've had some a lot older. I've had some a little younger. This is starting to get right in that wheelhouse. I do like that you can still get a little bit of some of the other vanilla-y notes and some of the other just more delicate notes in there, but this thing, a little bit of cinnamon too, slight bit, just prototypical what you'd expect out of that high rye mash bill from Willett. So I'm not going to belabor this too much. We're going to go ahead and get into the tasting on this one. Something I didn't pick up on the nose on the first sip. Get a little bit of almost a peanutty character, not overwhelming, but it's there. Also that sweetness, kind of coming around towards like a grapey, a little bit sweetness, which, and there's going to be some psychology there, obviously, but still also a bit cherry grapey, so kind of really beautiful there. The oak on this, and then the high rye finish. The rye on that finish really comes up that spice. Gives me a touch of a hug down here. I'd say this is medium to heavy, leaning slightly heavy on the mouthfeel. But second sip's going to tell everything, right? Let's go. This is a little bit drying on the palate, which is kind of surprising. I don't recall that. So maybe this isn't the exact same one that I shared with him. Either way, I appreciate him sharing this with me. But it's not so drying that it's off-putting. It's just one of those things where there's some astringency there, and it works for this for the most part. I think that's where it leaves the mouthfeel just a touch short, but what a beautiful expression. I mean, these things are so hard to come by, and so it's super appreciated that Andy was willing to share this with me because, honestly, they're not easy to get, and this is an enjoyable pour. I am kind of a Willett fanboy in general, and I'm sure he knows that. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you anything other than when you have a chance to try a Willett, if it's at a bar, if it's at a friend's bottle, please make sure you do. Even if you don't think you're based on past experience, it's for you. These things have 5 or 6 different mash bills. And so you may look at a barrel and be like, well, I've tried that 6-year before, but that 6-year might have been barrel 21 something. And this one might be 51 something. The difference could be literally you're tasting a high corn versus a high rye, and they could be completely different. So please don't sleep on these if you get a chance to try them. It is an excellent pour. I do feel like, obviously I mentioned some things that maybe you wouldn't like, where there is that little bit of astringency, but the rye finish on this is super beautiful. The very sweet up front just brings me back to why I enjoy Willett so much. I'm gonna take one more sip and then close up. That's just beautiful. I mean, there's even some underlying, so what little bit of nuttiness that kind of lingers a little bit is almost more like some light brown sugar. So it could be between nutty and light brown sugar. Just unbelievably enjoyable. And one of the pours that reminds me that you know, at the end of the day, this is all about just saying, hey, have a pour, make a memory. Thank you.